This is the cowling that goes around the 1995 Range Rover instrument panel. Unfortunately, it was broken quite badly, and it's not the same as the disco one, as you can see. The problem with it was we can't find another one, so we've got to repair it somehow. And they're not easy to repair because these are made in conjunction with the Ryvita biscuit factory, because they break like crazy. So we've had to do some repairs on this, which are okay, but you're looking at it from the back, so let's have a look at it from the front. I tried to use some what do we call it, like super glue, to glue this back together, and it didn't really work. So I ended up using Gorilla Glue, and actually it's made from gorillas, I do believe. That's why it's so expensive. But so I glued it up, but if you look at the back side, you can see what I've done here. I've straddled it like a little bandage with some thin flexible plastic. It's almost like a plasticky paper. I don't know where the hell I found it. It must have been on the bench somewhere. So I put some little splints going across it here and here, there inside. Well, that's not too bad. So what I intend to do today is, well, I've already started, never mind intend, but these little plastic things here had broken off. There was nothing there. So this one was missing and the opposite side one was missing. So that meant there'd be only two screws like this holding it in. Not good even for Land Rover standards. So how to repair it? Well, as you can see, I've been building it up with epoxy. Now, just be careful with doing this, because you need to do it in stages, and you need to do it, well, you have to think about it. You go to your kid's toolbox, get some plasticine and build a little dam around the place that you're going to put your epoxy. See, like that. Looks like feces, but it'll be all right, because you see the thing about the plasticine is it's really easy to get out. And then at the other side I put some tape over the hole. So what we have to do is just re-drill it and machine it a little bit with a Dremel to make it look like that. So that's going to be fine. So we'll be able to then screw this down once it's all shaped up and ready. But using the plasticine allows you to build up to a greater height than just doing it flat, because your epoxy otherwise will run down. And it's really easy and it's cheap to get hold of. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to sand this down, and I'm going to put just a slight hair of filler round here, this crack, because it didn't join up properly. It's nice and strong now, strong as it came out of the factory. And then it is a greyish colour, but it ain't going to get that because it's going to give me black. I've got some Crayon plastic paint here, and I'm going to use that because it bonds to plastic. So we've got to make sure it's nice and clean, and we've got to give it a few coats of this Crayon paint. And I don't think the owner will mind too much. I couldn't get any the exact same match. It's more like a sort of a grey colour. Well, I don't know. But anyway, once it's inside, it's a piece that never gets touched, if you see what I mean. It's not like a seatbelt buckle that's always in and out and in and out. Once it's bolted in place, it should be there forever, until the next electrical nightmare that turns up. But I think it'll be a good little repair. So what I'm going to do is, this is the first part of this video, I'm going to put this outside for this to harden off properly, and then we're going to start to do a bit of sanding and some fillering. We're only going to use some wet and dry, maybe an 800. We're not going to use much. Don't ever use something like 80 grit, because you'll never fill the bloody gaps in. It'll look awful. Let's get it outside in the sunshine. So there's the repairs done. At the back it's a bit of a mess, but the epoxy's dried take it off with the Dremel, but on slow speed. Don't go crazy at bonkers and knock it all off again. But it doesn't look too good, but well, it's better than nothing. And the top one there, well, that repaired all right. So I've degreased it. Now I rubbed it down with a 320 dry disc, you know, a sanding disc. That was nice. And then we're about to ready to paint it. But so here we are on the tyre pile, which has now become the spraying shop. If you're using plastic paints like this, you can give it a really good shake up, because this has been on the shelf for a long time. And just light coats, don't go like this, it'll all drip down and run, look. See how it goes? Maybe you can't. It just drips. Light coats. Today's a nice day, so it can flash off nice. So we'll leave that. We'll let the flies get into it and check it out. And well, that's what they do, they walk around it. They're very intelligent flies here.
Better than Rupert.
Oh, Rupert. Oh, Rupert would have paw prints all, he'd run off with it by now. Well, the Crayon paint turned out to be a gloss. Not very good. Didn't like it at all. So I got some Tremclad rust paint, which is a flat black, and that's how it came out. And I think it looks brilliant. You know, it looks really good. The thing is that obviously we couldn't find a new one, and even if we could find a new one, it would be brittle and broken. I think we'll get away with that. And the reason why I did it flat black is because you're looking at it all the time and you don't want reflections off the instruments, you know, the backlights. So we'll get this on, see what it looks like. So there we go, there's the repaired dash back in, the binnacle cover or whatever you want to call it. It's not too bad, it worked out nice. I had a hell of a job trying to get these screws in here at the bottom. There's two here, top ones are easy, but the bottom ones is on like a metal plate and it kept bending. And I think it must have been when we took the dash out we bent the panel. Fortunately, with a little hook like this I could pull it down and get the screws in. What a nightmare. It took me an hour to do that, just to get that piece in. So, next thing, we've got some parts from LR Direct. Let's get this on the lift, and then we can do the brakes at the front.